We're going to be making a wreath inspired by my very own garden that has a lot of orange in it this time of year. So we're calling this a summertime sunny wreath, and we're going to use all these different gorgeous oranges that go from yellow to a bright orange like these sunflowers. And this is going to be one of those designs that's a little bit tighter to the base. We're working with a 14-inch grapevine. And instead of putting the greenery on first day, we're going to be using this allium first. And what I want you to do is just take each of these greenery stems and push them up by the heads. That's important because we want to use this greenery. Go slow, because this is the time I always go fast sometimes and I shoot the head off. They don't need to be too long. We're going to go for 4 or 5 inch stems. We have this in several different colors on Keleas.com, and I love it because it is plasticky, but it always looks great in your pieces, and it can hold up really well outside in the elements. So we've got 2 bushes ready to go, and what I want you to do is we're going to start making clusters that go around here. So we're going to kind of work in a zigzag pattern, starting on the outside up here, right here, and I'm going to glue them in one by one. You are going to need some Spanish moss in order to cover up the glue. So we're going to make clusters. You can see I'm just kind of stacking 2 together, one in front and one in back. So let's work to the inside now. We're going to come behind. You want to make sure that your stem is not too long that it's going to shoot out the back. If it is, you want to take and cut it and make it a little shorter. Okay, there's 2 right there. Now we're going to work back to the outside, and you're going to just continue this zigzag pattern all the way around. Okay, and this is going to be our main beautiful orange color. When we put the brighter orange against it, you know it's going to pop like crazy, and I love that. So we're doing clusters of 2 as we go all the way around. Now our transition is going to occur somewhere right over here, and that's where we're going to change direction in just a minute when we get to that point. But right now I'm going in and out, and I'm using the same rules. If I can see glue, I'm going to cover it up. The way we're kind of piggybacking placement on these will be okay. Now I'm going to start to shift direction, and we're going to work down now. So I'll go right opposite that, and you can't see the glue pop, but it's right off screen, and I'm swirling everybody in the glue first. So when they come out, they've got a good amount of glue on them. And that's going to go there, and I'm going to work back to the outside. Continuing around, we just want to leave about 6 or 8 inches open over here. So we're going to keep working our way around. Y'all, if you are not in design school yet, you've got to come join us, because this is just a sneak peek of the fun things we're doing and learning all the time. And I'm going to teach you the principles so you can recreate these pieces over and over in design school, and you have your tutorial set up step by step, where I'm just telling you the principles I'm doing. And then the coolest part is we are live in there every week creating, and I'm also getting to know each one of you better, and I'm able to know you more personally, and that is so fun because I get to know you and your family and what you're loving creating. And that in itself is just a blessing. And I love to ask your advice on life, and you guys are sure great in sharing it with me, all my Keleas Blue Merinos. So come join us in there. We just have a lot of fun, a lot of like-minded individuals who just want to create other beautiful pieces just like this. Okay, looking pretty good. I think I'm going to come with one to the outside up here. I think we've done a great job. You might save 1 or 2 pieces to hold it off in case you've got a hole later. That is totally normal and something I would do. I got 1 piece left that I'm going to hold off. Okay, so there she is. She started, you can see we did zigzag all the way around. The only thing we just changed direction right here. Now the next thing we're going to do is I want to start with my bright sunflowers over here and put those in next. These are going to give us our big pop of orange. And the plan is to get those in between most of these clusters. So we've got 1 bush of these. I've done the same thing as I put the heads, pulled them up to the top, and then you can see we've got the greenery around them. And we'll be using 2 of these together also. So cut them to about 4-inch stem. I think that's a little better length. And we'll be using 2 at a time. So we're going to kind of go wherever they're in between 2 clusters. So here's 1, and then I'm going to go behind it with this one. Most of these heads are pretty similar. They might be a little bit smaller, so you could stagger them together if you wanted. Just remember your direction. So now I'm going to go between those 2. There's the big one. And we're kind of staying tight to the base on this and not so wispy and out. Tight to the base. That's how I like to use that allium, because it's so stinking cute that way. All right, now we're going to come here in between these 2. Keep working our way down. There's one there, and we'll put one right behind it. Beautiful. You can see it's just filling in nicely, and I'm using a lot of glue on it, guys, so it holds in well. Okay, let's skip this part for a second and let's work the transition where I'm going to switch direction. So that's a design school term. All it means is we're changing direction, guys. Please, designschool.com, come and join us. We would love to have you as a student in our class so you can learn all these principles and get some one-on-one attention from me where I can help you, whether it's business, maybe you have a business like we do and you want to grow it, whether it's questions regarding, you know, your social media, or is it just how you want to decorate your house and what's going on in your life. I love to interact with other people who love to craft and design, and that's so fun to get to know you in our class. Okay, I've got a few pieces left. Let's keep putting these in. Let's put one more down here. And remember, this is our bow zone this time where we might put a bow. We're leaving that open if we want to, but we need to make sure we're getting even placement. So I'm going to put one more here. Just tuck this one as a single. And then let's put some right in the middle there. These still need to go up. And I think we're going to do a cluster of 3 right in here. There's one. Here's a little bit bigger one. And then we'll use the smaller one. So this one is kind of the transition area where the area changes. So that's when you kind of gotta tuck things in where things are going different direction. Okay, and that one's almost gonna go straight in. Isn't that pretty? And we just have a few little holes. That is so pretty and so effective for what I needed to do on my gate, which is screen this beautiful orange color. Now, our bush over here that's been off to the side, it's gonna work as our greenery. And normally we put our greenery in first, but because this one has this gorgeous, beautiful, it's got an azalea and a poppy on it, we're gonna use those to kind of branch out from the base. So what I want you to do is just tear the 3 main stems off, and then we're gonna trim them up. They do not need to be long, so just 1-inch stem is fine on your cuts. That's a 2-hander. All right, you do need to shake hands with it and spread it out, just like I would teach in design school. Spread that out, okay, on all of these. Now this has this gorgeous fern in here, a good berry, a nice, a little bit longer, but that's okay. We're gonna use that one too. And then our final piece, we're gonna break up into a couple of sections. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. We're gonna take this one, and then this one here, I'm gonna shape up, open that poppy up a little bit, just scrunch it. And then I'm going to cut these loose wires off. Just put those in my trash bucket off to the side. And now we're going to do that with both stems. So we've got 8 pieces. So to help you manage your spacing, you've got 4 pieces to use here and 4 to use here. So I'm going to start off with that longer piece, and we're going to use it kind of on the perimeter out here to the outside. We're going to tuck that one in here. Kind of go back so it's not shooting off too far, because this whole design is tight. And now I can open up that pretty bright orange azalea in there. Now let's go to, oh no, that's a poppy. Let's use one of the azalea ones next. I'm gonna work a little more to the center right here. So we'll put this greenery kind of pop into the center, which is fine, beautiful, and overlapping the other florals. I like that. And then we need another one on the outside. So how about another poppy up there and this cool berry? So just hold this cluster in your hands like this and just make sure you, if any of those wires came loose, just wire it around. And we'll just pop this in the top. Press it in good to that grapevine. Remember, you're going in, you're not going to the back. Ooh, pretty. Okay, we're right here at the transition, and we still have 1 piece left, so that works fine. I'm gonna let these open up a little. There you go. Kind of be sassy. All right, so this one's going to tuck in right there where the 3 sunflowers are. So I'm going to open that up. These are going to go a little bit behind. I got to glue. I just took a sunflower head off because I did. A little aggressive. That's okay. And you don't mind some of that greenery overlapping. That's going to give it a good look. So if you end up taking that off, don't worry. Put a little glue. You know we could glue it back. It's no problem. I found it. You get to shove it and things can break. Let me bring that azalea forward. There you go. So you've got these different textures. They're tight. But look at that. Look at the difference from here, guys, to here. See what a notch that takes it up? I want you to pay attention. Those little details matter. This is pretty. This is stunning. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing below the transition now, okay? So the thing I've got to pay attention to is I got 2 azaleas here. I got to watch where I put my next 2 so it's not quite so matchy, and that means I don't want it to be identical looking. So one of the first things I can do is I can just use one right up here at the top section, and we'll take this little piece and I'll use it right here. So it won't be in the exact same placement. Sometimes we do projects, we want things to be identical. This one I don't. I want it to feel very tight and lush in there. Now I'm going to bring this one that has the azalea and the little berries. Put it in. That red, the more red orange is a poppy, and this orange is an azalea stem. And I love that little pop with the greenery coming off. Now we know we can put our other big red poppy in here with our color, just those really colorful, deep orange red berries, and we've got this good fern on there. So tuck it in. It could go more to the middle. And I just swirl that. Everything's getting swirled into the glue before it's going in my glue pot. And we're just going to tuck this one. Oh, yes. You can kind of tuck those in different planes. Now let's work these other 2 greeneries right here at the transition. We're going to come out to the perimeter. So this is a cluster design that is very tight to the base. These are fun. They're very addictive to make. Sometimes they do take a lot of material, but this recipe today is not so bad. So check out that supply list at Keleas.com. I think you will love to try this one. And if you have a garden that's got lots of yellow, you could get some yellow. We have these supplies in yellow. You can do the same things. You could even use this same pop of red in there. I think that would be beautiful. Because when you put this orange, red up against that orange, it looks a little more red, which is really fun. Okay, I'm going to bring in one more little piece of greenery in here. You're going to push that into the grapevine. Make sure it's not going out the back. And oh my gosh, it's stunning, y'all. It's stunning. It's loaded. This one we're making for summertime, but you could change this recipe and make it for any time of year, y'all. Woo! It's pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. We'll see you next time, Blue Merinos.